A forge never lights itself. You've got to coax it back to life, one spark at a time. Funny thing is, I didn't plan for the forge to be the focus tonight. We finished the grove, we finished the shrine, I had a big plan. I even got giant walls waiting in the wings. But, as you can see, we're going up on the plateau now, and the brewery pushed its way forward. The story demanded a rebuilding, which demanded a smith, which demanded a forge, which meant I had to break this thing out of the box. Last week I finished Kraggi, and now I'm building his tools. And yeah, the Dwarven Forge reorder stalled. It changed everything, and kind of reshaped the storyline. It dictated which characters needed to appear next, which miniatures had to be painted now instead of later, which techniques I had to learn faster than I planned. One delay just kind of set off a chain reaction, and the whole narrative bent around it. All that to say is, this forge piece became a kind of a metaphor in my head. You think you know which direction everything's going, and then one delay, and one missing box, one shift in time, and suddenly your forge becomes the centerpiece. That's the way it is in life. Your limitations end up choosing your path for you, whether you yield to them or fight against them. One way or another, they're going to shape your direction. It reminds me of something Tolkien said, that the story grew in the telling. Middle-earth wasn't mapped out from page one, it kind of unfolded as he discovered it. Chapter by chapter and line by line, and you know what? I get that, because Barak-Karandul is kind of doing that for me. I really never know where a chapter leads until I sit down at the desk and look at what's in front of me. This world, it just keeps growing because I'm building it, not because I've planned it. And speaking of what's in front of me, yeah, the backlog is real. Oh my gosh. We got the brewery waiting, the skeletal beast judging me from across the room, a whole spread of terrain on the plateau still needing attention. And then I've got some special stuff sitting off camera, things I keep telling myself I'll sneak it in soon, with some dramatic flair. But saying all this just really kind of brings me to my second forge metaphor. I'm going to be honest, kind of been tired. Physically tired, emotionally tired, kind of tired where you start wondering if the fire inside is fading. My students wear me out sometimes. And then, out of the blue, a former student from China reached out and said he wanted to visit. He's doing well, thriving, building his own life here in the States, and he told about some of the rest of my cubs, as I used to call them. That's a long story for another time, but one of them's even working on his PhD, and well, that hit me. Now, my student that was visiting, he didn't know it, but I got kind of emotional that night. I'm just so proud of them. They've overcome so much, and it hits me now. You know, sometimes your spark doesn't come from your own fire. Sometimes it comes from the fire you help light in someone else. It reminds me that teaching leaves embers everywhere. Some of them glow years later, and some of them come back to warm you when you've forgotten you needed it. So, here I am, painting this forge, coals brightening, runes waking, and maybe this isn't a chapter about Kraggi's tools at all. Maybe the universe needed me to stop stressing about everything else and focus on a task that reminds me why I do any of this. The teaching, channel, the world building, the long hours after school, the stories, the characters, the editing, the painting. Maybe this chapter is a spark in those ashes. And yeah, I'm still tired. We all are. I've still got a lot to do on this build, but that's tomorrow Todd's problem. He'll be more awake. For now, this is the moment I want to hold on to. The forge waking, the fire returning, the work continuing, even if the path isn't quite clear. But that's Barak-Karandul. I guess that's creativity. That's life. You rebuild the fire one spark at a time. And before you go, I'm hearing from some of you. I want to hear more. Drop a rune in the comments and brag about what you're painting or creating, and what fire is in your forge.
Fire burns, the rhythm grows through the stone, the lifeblood flows.
Now, listen, I've let a lot of things slide here in the past few months, but what's going on?
Unclassified phenomenon. Energy origin, unknown. Recommend immediate termination of...
Todd, something is learning. It doesn't understand itself yet. It only knows patterns, echoes, minds. It reached out, and I was the first thing it touched. And when I found you again, it found you too.
Ah, yeah. That's a proper flame, that is.